So a year ago, I left Bain to go work at a startup, and before I left, I looked at over 500 different startups because equity can be as much as 20% of your compensation. This is a series where I tell you about companies I would look at if I was recruiting today, and this week's company is Kalshi. You might think the first organization to call the New York Democratic primary that just happened would be the New York Times, but it was actually Kalshi. They're a betting market, and they just raised $185 million at a $2 billion valuation. Kalshi allows people to buy event contracts on different things happening. For example, right now, you can buy Elon Musk creating a new political party, and it's an 83% return if that happens, which is a huge return. But if it doesn't happen, then you lose all your money. There's 3 reasons why I'm really fascinated with them. The first is about their regulation journey. So their regulation journey took 6 years from 2018 to 2024. And first, they had to allow the CFTC, which is what regulates all of this, to let them create a betting market. And then they had to let the CFTC allow them to create election betting markets specifically. They went back and forth a ton, and it's still something the CFTC hasn't fully endorsed. Their main competitor, Polymarket, has just not operated in the US officially. So I think it's really interesting how Kalshi has done everything above the board. The second reason I think they're really fascinating is because they're truly the future of media. They're able to call these events before things like CNN and Fox and traditional legacy media. The third reason is I think they're going to be a part of the group of companies that's democratizing finance, along with like Robinhood, which has been doing really well if you've been following their stock at all. For example, Robinhood recently launched like OpenAI and StockX tokens. Although that move has been really controversial, I think it speaks to how all these products that for a long time only rich people had access to is definitely going to get democratized. The inspiration for Kalshi actually comes from the founders Tarek and Luna working as traders and seeing that they're creating these baskets of different commodities and other items that were expected to go up and down with the odds of different things rich people had exposure to if events do or don't happen, but the average American doesn't. And so this entire platform is letting the average American hedge against a bunch of different events, either for fun or because they have a personal vested interest in it. And overall, I think it's a really complicated technical problem and also a huge regulatory problem. So it's a super cool area to be working in. They have a ton of roles open right now, like product manager, chief of staff. I saw on my LinkedIn page, but I'm sure they have a ton of other ones too. So I would check them out. And if you want a deeper dive into Kalshi, we have an entire episode up on the history of betting markets and everything Kalshi is doing, and also a deeper dive into like from a technical perspective how they work.